I was looking at this thing about fear, and we all have so many reasons, you know. We're afraid of this, we're afraid of that, we can't move because something is there, something we call fear. And if you look at those fears, then actually what is all this fear? What are all these fears about? And if you start to go back and back inside these fears, what do you come to? Nothing. We're all afraid of nothing. We're all afraid of emptiness, of not existing. We're all afraid of not existing. And then we say, oh, I'm afraid of, I don't know, driving this car, or I'm afraid of meeting that person, I'm afraid to go to this meeting, I'm afraid, all kind of fears. But if you start to go into these fears, then you'll find out that the basic fear is always the same. Always the same. So actually, here we are in a meeting about truth. We're all interested to come to truth. And yet, what are we most afraid of? Also truth. And what is truth is also love. It's also beauty. It's also peace. And on one hand, we want these things, and on the other hand, we're afraid of these things. And when you begin to see how the fear binds you, you have to understand this fear. What is this fear that binds us? And then, of course, we come to the thinking mind. This thinking mind who believes itself to be somebody. And this somebody is afraid of this, afraid of that. So we throw this fear out as if it's a fact. And then because we've made it into a kind of fact, then we can't move. We can't move because it's like it becomes real. And we don't see this is all going on in our own mind. It's all we're creating this fear, and then we're being afraid about it. When you really look, it's so ridiculous you can't even imagine that you would ever do that. But as we know, most people's lives are completely in bondage because of fear. We're completely living in bondage because of fear. And this can be so easily manipulated because the powers that be, they understand this. So what do? 9 o'clock news every night on television, piles of terrorists, horrible things happening every day, wars happening, people getting killed. And they build up this fear. They build up this fear. It's a dangerous world, you know. It's a dangerous world we live in. Be careful. It just keeps everybody on the boil. So look right now at your own life. Look at your own life tonight. It's 8:30 on a Friday evening. Yeah? So just see if you're sitting here empty, or whether you're sitting here with some kind of fear that's gnawing away inside you and preventing you really doing what you want to do. And then my recommendation is you take a step towards this fear. Take a step towards the fear. And as you take a step towards it, you're likely to find out that it's not real. Because, of course, it isn't real. And I think you'll find that if you step towards it, you'll find that something is liberated. And if you step very often towards your fears, you'll find that they can't hold you the same way anymore. And it also gives you some chance to see that the mechanism of fear is the fear of the unknown, the unknowable, just now, just being here now, in this peaceful nothing.